Hello, YouTube. I have been using Chrome Labs SongMaker for my music classes in the elementary school since we are remote and the kids are learning how to write a melody and a stacked thirds harmony and a drum rhythm part, and they can change what sounds and what speed and even in the settings how long and how many beats per measure and all sorts of things. The only problem with this is getting submissions in an easy way and saving their song so that they can work on it later. Songmaker, when you hit save, what it does is it saves a link of your song. And then the way I figured out how to do this is copy the link. And then I created a form for them to paste the link in that sends it to a spreadsheet for me, that sends it to them, and that I can add their grades and add comments, and they can keep working on it and submit it again. So they go to save, they hit copy link, then they go to the form that I created, which is a simple write your own song. I have it collecting their email address and then finding their names in a list so that they don't have to write too much on this form for the young kids. But they're going to pick their teacher. Then they're going to copy and paste or paste their copied thing into this spot. Then they have the option, if they're not finished their song and they're going to come back to it later, they can click no and it'll send them the link in their email. They'll have their link, but it also lets me know not to grade it yet. So we're going to say no. And then I turned on send me a copy of their responses, but it actually sends them a copy from the spreadsheet. So when they hit submit, what this does is it sends that information to my spreadsheet. And here is the spreadsheet as I have it right now. And the only information that comes in from the sheet here is their link, which I can click on from the sheet and listen to their song. So if I click on it, listen to their song. Okay, so that will give me their song. And then when I listen to it, I can go over and I can make a comment and I can say, I like how you did the syncopation. And then I can say, I can go back to their song and I can say, okay, they did their 3-part harmony. That was part of the assignment. They did a 1 note at a time melody up on the top octave. They added percussion. Those were the requirements for this assignment. They did well. So I can say they earned 100%. Okay, and there's my grade. And then you can see over here where the magic happens. I set up the Form Mule add-on, and when I first submitted the form, it already sent me the link to my email. So if I check my email over here, here was the one that I did previous to this video. Here's the one that it just sent, and it said, hey, here's the link you submitted. And then if you need to do this again, you need to resubmit another link because it doesn't save everything to that link if you've redone it. So you have to resave the link and then resubmit it. But this will give them their link in their email. Then when I do a comment, I can go back to the add-on, and I need to do this manually, but that's okay. I batch them. I do comments. All right, this particular one, let's say I did terrible. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do, but I turned it in, so 60%. Please resubmit. And then when I have these comments, I go up to the add-on and the Form Mule email merge utility. If I go to setup, I will show you how I set this up. But if I go to preview and send all, it'll show me the emails that it will send. So let me go to setup and really quick choose source type. So then I'm going to say, well, I'm using my responses form. That's the source that's going to trigger this email. And I'm going to have two different emails. So here's the form. Down here, here's the tab of the spreadsheet that it's sending. And I clicked send on submit. So it will send right when it submits. That will be the automatic one. Then I go to templates and send conditions, and I'm going to have two different templates. So I'm going to have one template that happens, and I just chose timestamp and said not null, make sure this is capital or it won't work. But the timestamp, because if anything comes in, the timestamp will be there and it will send it on the timestamp. Template 2, if comments are not blank or not null. Okay, so if I fill out comments and then I go and manually send it and it hasn't been sent manually yet and comments are full, it will send template 2. If there's nothing in the comments, it will not send template 2 until I've typed something in the comments. So then save my settings, which I haven't changed. And then my templates look like this. On my sheet, I have taken first name and last name, and I've looked it up on a separate email sheet that I have, and I'll show you how that works at the end of this video in case you don't care. But template 1, it takes their email address, which it was collected on the form. So I went down here and I chose email address. So it's going to send an email to whoever this person is. Then I have hi first, and it picks their first name. Here's your song from Songmaker. And then it says, hi, whoever it is again, here's the link. And this is what got sent to me that you looked at in my email. Now, template 2, once I've made comments, it sends it to their email address again, and it still has a hi, here's a comment or tip on your song. And hi, so-and-so, thanks for submitting your song. Here are my comments or tips for it. And then I take whatever comments I wrote in the sheet and I put it there. Then I give them a link to the song so that once they see my comments, they can just click on this link and go back to their song, make some changes, and then resubmit it again. And that's how this works. Now, if I click save and send all, this is how I do this manually. I'm going to go to preview and send all. And it's going to select the preview, and it's going to find the emails that have not been sent yet. It's going to send a couple templates. So it's going to send template 2. Hi, B. Here's a comment on your song for Mr. Clinton. And there's the comment I wrote in the sheet. And then here's the next one, and it says, please resubmit because he didn't do anything. I would have given much better instructions there, but I don't need to. So now I'm going to hit send now. And it is going to send the first email, the second email, and the fourth email. And then I go back to my email, and once it reloads, here's the comments. So it goes right in, and it says, hey, here's my comment. And that way they have the comment, and then they can go right back to their song and fix it, resubmit it, play with any suggestions I give them. And that all happens from this sheet. So takes the timestamp. Like I said, I have the first name and last name coming from an email sheet. It just looks at their email and then says, okay, this is the first name, that's the last name. It just does a lookup. But now I have their points earned and any comments. And then on my sheet, I built another sheet to sort through and only give me the top grade that each person gets. But that's a video for another time. And then over here on the templates and the template send status, this is template 1, when it was sent, who it was sent to. This is template 2, when it was sent, who it was sent to. Once these are filled in, it will not send another email again. So that is how I am using Songmaker in Chrome Labs and having students submit their songs to me in a way that they can go back to their song and make any fixes and resubmit it. It is a little cumbersome, but it does work. Now, I said I would go and I would show you how the student emails work. So I'm not going to teach you all the coding here, but this is how I have it. So here is a list of students and their emails. These are all fake. And what I have, my school, these first 4 columns, I can get a printout of students, first name, last name, homeroom they're in, what their email is. And then what I did is I made a code where it goes and it looks down at these two and it gives me a first name and last name. Then I just moved the first and last name over here because when I do a VLOOKUP for their email, everything needs to be to the right, at least unless you use an array. So I can just VLOOKUP and say, hey, I want 1, 2, 3 columns, name first, last, instead of trying to look back here for it. I just look up the email, it gives me first and last name, and that all comes across to my sheet. And that's where I get my first and last name from. Just saves the kids some typing. It's extra coding. You could easily have first and last name filled in right from the form and they can write it in themselves. So that's all that I do. And it's been working out very, very well. I've been enjoying my kids' submissions. And if this has helped you, please leave me a like. And I hope to see you back again for some more tips and tricks on how to make Google work for you as a teacher. And thanks for stopping by.